Hey, James, welcome back. I am the unofficial mayor of Cowboy Country, and I am so glad you are here. We're going to talk about the 14 teams that are still technically in the Big 12. This is June 23rd. I mean, we've got another week or so. And then, OU and Texas are leaving, and in comes Utah, Colorado, Arizona State. So I'm very happy about that. So let's look at between 2014 and 2023, and I'll slide over. Let's put the picture that I found. I will put below where I don't remember where I got it from, but according to this, between 2014 and 2023, which is the college football playoff era, where there's 4 teams in the champion, and OU was first. I'm not surprised. Bob Stoops. I'm trying to remember when Stoops retired, but hey, as much as I hate to admit it, I don't really hate to admit it. I mean, the guy's a legend. The guy did amazing things there at OU, and yes, his replacement did okay, Lincoln Riley. I thought it was kind of a coward's move to go to USC, but that's just my opinion. Oklahoma State was second. Excuse me. With 89 wins. As much as certain people want to blast Mike Gundy because he hasn't won more than one conference championship. Wait a minute. I mean, technically, they won in 2021, so that would be 2. Winning 89 games during that time period is impressive. I mean, if you compare look at the rest of the list, TCU won 81, Cincinnati won 80, UCF won 80. And I honor and I recognize their co-championship that they had an undefeated season. And Gus Malzahn is going to turn that team around. They're a good, solid football team. BYU won 78, which not surprised. I mean, they played a lot of Mountain West teams, but it was either a year ago or 2 years ago. They literally, when they were still independent, had 5 Pac-12 teams on their schedule, and I think they won 4 out of the 5 games that they played. So BYU is a solid program and a welcome addition to the Big 12. Kansas State's been good. Granted, they did have a coach after Bill Snyder left. I can't remember his name, but he didn't exactly do well. But I think that the new guy, Chris Kleiman, is going to lead them in the right direction. Houston at 76, I think they're going to get better. And I showed you a couple weeks ago the construction project there in Houston. They're going to do what they have to be competitive in the new Big 12. I'm sorry, I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but Texas in the same period only had 73 wins. Now, who was a better team in the last 10 years, Oklahoma State or Texas? Sorry to you Longhorn fans, but the answer is the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Now, I was there in Arlington last year. And yes, Texas looks great. Quinn Ewers is the real deal. He's a very good quarterback. But my only concern for them is they've lost 2 really good defensive tackles, and it's going to be hard to replace them. Quite honestly, to see a 360-pound defensive tackle run a route like a tight end and catch a touchdown in the end zone was quite impressive. That was like Refrigerator Perry kind of performance. So I do think that was kind of cool. West Virginia won 71 games in that same period. Baylor won 70. Both of those teams have had ups and downs. I do know with West Virginia, they've got Garrett Green. And whenever West Virginia has a good running quarterback that's dual threat, they're going to be dangerous. So you can't take them lightly. Iowa State only had 58. I can tell you, though, going to Ames, Iowa is always difficult. The fan base is rabid. They are very supportive of their team, and those guys play hard. Win or lose, you're going to know that you had a football game, a tough football game when you play Iowa State. That is, Texas Tech 57. Yeah, they've been down a little bit, but I honestly think that their coach, Joey McGuire, is going to get things back in the right direction. He has a lot of connections with high school coaches in the DFW area, and he's going to get good recruits. Give him a year or two. I hope Texas Tech is patient with him, because if they are, they're gonna reap the rewards of that for a long time. I know KU is at the bottom of this list, but clearly the Jayhawks are much better now than they were 5 years ago. And I'm pleasantly surprised that their coach chose to stay in Lawrence. His name was thrown around as far as potential to leave and go elsewhere several times, but he chose to stay there at KU, and good for him. That's really awesome. So we're going to do stuff like this. We're eventually we'll talk about the predictions for the next season. Later this week, we're going to talk about hostile fan bases, and then after that, we'll talk about Heisman candidates in the Big 12. But upcoming videos, we're going to talk about predictions, who I feel is going to contend. I'll just give you a spoiler. I really think the two teams that will be in the first new Big 12 title game will be Oklahoma State and Utah. I do think Kansas State's going to be a contender. I do think West Virginia has a outsider's chance. KU is going to be pretty good this year. So Arizona is going to be good this year. So there's going to be a lot of – this is not going to be an easy conference. Anybody who says otherwise doesn't know what they're talking about. I do think that the SEC has teams at the top that are extremely good in Alabama and Georgia. But I honestly think Utah, Oklahoma State, Kansas State could compete in the SEC. So if you're new, please hit like and subscribe. Do want to thank you for being here. Want to thank you for being a part of this community. Like I said, I'm not going to make a video every day. It'll probably be every other day. I'm probably going to limit it to like 3 a week, just because there's not as much material out there. Even during the football season, I'm probably going to limit it to like 3 a week. I can tell you that the conversation that I'm having with my wife about a trip to the West Coast is we're still talking about it, but I really want to do that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.